Here at Empower Field at Mile High, I'm your team reporter, Elisa Hernandez, standing next to our lead writer on DenverBroncos.com, Aric DiLalla. The Broncos defeated the Arizona Cardinals 27-7, a huge matchup, and Troy Franklin was able to get 2 touchdowns on the day.
Back in May, Sean Payton mentioned, hey, here's a guy that I think could take that next step this season. We continue to see that, whether it's training camp practice, whether it's out in the games, and he had another big night tonight. Like you mentioned, 2 touchdowns, and I thought the way that he scored the second touchdown was really impressive. The contested catch, the back shoulder. Last year, a lot of his catches were kind of that deep ball, or at least the targets were trying to hit him on that deep ball. We saw it in Buffalo, and I asked Sean Payton, hey, is he able to do a little bit more in the offense? And he said that he's seen him take that step, that every year you see a player make a jump. You don't quite know who it's going to be, but this year it's clearly been Troy Franklin. And, you know, whether it's getting out of bounds at the end in a 2-minute drill, kind of having that awareness, the other touchdown that was right down the sideline showing nice hands, he's done a really nice job.
The new additions to this team were really on display on that first drive. That was such a key drive to start the game. Evan Ingram, then you had R.J. Harvey punching in, Pat Bryant with some key blocks down the field. They were all really impressive.
Yeah, I think you already had a talented core, right, with Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, and then you go out and you add guys, like you mentioned, and Evan Ingram, R.J. Harvey, Pat Bryant, the rookie. Pat Bryant had 70 yards to lead everybody. R.J. Harvey, last week we saw him bounce a couple outside. This week he powered right through the middle on that touchdown run. I don't quite know how he got through the gap there, but he was able to.
It's the vision that they were saying he has.
It was, and he got through there, had a little bit of a cutback inside, and then just powered his way through an arm tackle, exactly what you want to see from the rookie. And then Ingram, man, that's why you signed Evan Ingram, right, is that big playability in open space. I saw a stat that he had about 30 yards over expected on that play. He broke a tackle. You mentioned the Pat Bryant block. But I think you just got a small taste of what this could be like. But certainly a lot of playmakers on this offense, and Ingram in particular, as that joker, excited to see what he can be. You saw kind of the first indication of it against the Cardinals.
Well, it's a good sight to see, and the depth of this team can't be stressed enough. Throughout the team, different positions, the depth really runs. And when you look at what this team can offer, I know Sean Payton has some thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, look at the defense, right? They've held their opponents to a single touchdown in each of the last 2 weeks. I think the Cardinals were like 2 or 3 of 15 on third down tonight, fewer than 200 yards. It was closer to 150, I believe. And it speaks to how talented this roster is, which then in turn speaks to how difficult these decisions are going to be in a couple of weeks. Actually, just a little over a week now when you have to cut to 53 players. But Sean Payton said, listen, I know those decisions are going to be difficult. That's exactly how I want it. You don't want it to be easy where it's like, hey, there's this clear delineation of talent between your best players and the rest of your roster. He said it speaks to the way that they've improved this roster over the last couple of years, and it will be difficult to get to 53. A lot of deserving players. Hopefully some of them make it through to the practice squad, but it speaks well about what this team is able to accomplish and where it's at. Based on what we've seen the last 2 weeks.
Well, the last 2 weeks have equaled to 2 wins, and now they go on the road for the final preseason game in New Orleans. I know that's going to be fun. Can't wait, right?
Yeah, and see the starters a little bit, it sounds like.
Well, we can't wait. In Broncos country, we will have you covered on instant analysis. So make sure you guys stay tuned on DenverBroncos.com.